If you're watching this alone, turn on a light. Because these are not just stories, they actually happened. And by the end of this video, you might wish they didn't. There's something deeply unsettling about true stories. Not fiction, not imagination. Real people, real fear, real moments where something wasn't right. Tonight, I'm going to tell you 10 terrifying true stories. Stories that were reported, experienced, and never fully explained. So sit back, lock your doors, and whatever you do, don't look behind you. Story 1, The Watcher in the Hallway. It started as a normal night. A 17-year-old girl named Emily had just moved into a new house with her family in a quiet suburban neighborhood. The kind of place where nothing ever happens. Or at least that's what everyone thought. Her room was at the end of a long hallway. Every night before bed, she had a routine: brush her teeth, check her phone, turn off the lights, and close her door. But one night, she forgot to close it. At around 2:13 a.m., Emily woke up. She didn't know why at first. The house was silent, too silent. Then she noticed it. Her hallway light was on. That was strange. She was sure her parents always turned everything off before bed. Still half asleep, she sat up, staring at the open doorway. And then she saw it. A figure standing at the end of the hallway, not moving, not breathing, just watching. At first, she thought it was her dad. "Dad," she whispered, no response. The figure didn't move, didn't react, didn't blink. Her heart started pounding. She grabbed her phone and turned on the flashlight. The light hit the hallway, and the figure was gone, just gone. The hallway was empty. She got up slowly, shaking, and walked toward the door. Every step felt wrong. When she reached the hallway, nothing was there. No footsteps, no sound, no explanation. The next morning, she told her parents. They brushed it off. Just a dream. But that night, it happened again. 2:13 a.m., same light, same hallway, same figure, only this time it was closer. Evergreen Tree Story 2. The forest that let you leave. In 2019, a group of 4 friends decided to go camping deep in a remote forest. No signal, no people, just miles of trees. At first, everything was normal. They set up tents, made a fire, laughed, recorded videos. But around midnight, things changed. One of them, Jake, heard something, footsteps. Crunching leaves circling their camp. At first, they thought it was an animal, but the steps were wrong, too slow, too deliberate, like something was trying not to be heard. They shined their flashlights into the trees. Nothing, just darkness. But then they heard it, a voice. "Hey," soft, almost a whisper coming from deep in the forest. One of the girls, Sarah, froze. That sounded like you," she said to Jake, but Jake hadn't spoken. Then it came again. "Come here," same voice, same tone, but now it sounded like Sarah. The group panicked. They decided to leave immediately, packed everything, got into their car, and started driving. But after 20 minutes, they realized something terrifying. They were back where they started. Same campsite, same fire pit, same broken branch near the entrance. It didn't make sense. They drove again, different direction, faster, 30 minutes, same result, back to the same spot. And then the voice came again, this time from inside the car. Story 3. The camera footage. A man named Daniel installed security cameras in his house after hearing noises at night. Nothing serious, just small things. Doors slightly open. Objects moved. Footsteps when no one was home. At first, the footage showed nothing unusual, just empty rooms, silence. But on the third night, at exactly 3:07 a.m., something appeared. The camera in the living room flickered, and then a figure walked into frame. Slowly, casually, like it belonged there. It wasn't masked, it wasn't hiding, it just walked straight across the room. And disappeared into the hallway. Daniel was terrified. He checked every door, every window. Everything was locked. No signs of entry, no one inside. He called the police. They searched the entire house. Nothing, no fingerprints, no evidence, no explanation. But the most disturbing part? The next night, the camera recorded it again. Only this time, the figure stopped, turned toward the camera, and smiled. And those were just the first 3, but it gets worse. Because the next stories involve people who disappeared, voices that shouldn't exist, and something that followed someone home from a place they should have never gone. Telephone receiver Story 4. The call that knew too much. In 2021, a college student named Marcus was staying alone in his apartment during winter break. Most students had gone home. The building was nearly empty, which made what happened even more disturbing. At around 1:48 a.m., Marcus received a phone call, unknown number. He almost ignored it, but something told him to answer. Hello, silence, then breathing, slow, deep, uneven. Marcus frowned. Hello, then a voice spoke, his voice. Why didn't you lock the back door? Marcus froze. Every muscle in his body went tight. He turned slowly toward the kitchen, the back door. He was sure he locked it, but now it was slightly open, just enough to see darkness on the other side. The voice on the phone whispered again, "Check it." Marcus didn't move. His heart was pounding so loud it hurt. "Check it," the voice repeated, more aggressive this time. He hung up, ran to the door. Locked it, bolted it, then grabbed a chair and shoved it underneath the handle. Shaking, he backed away. That's when his phone rang again, same number. He didn't answer. But the voicemail came instantly. He played it, and what he heard was the sound of his kitchen, recorded from inside the apartment. **** Story 5. The elevator rule. A woman named Lisa worked late nights in a corporate building. Most floors were empty after 10 p.m. Only cleaning staff and security remained. One night around midnight, she entered the elevator alone, pressed the button for the lobby. But before the doors closed, someone stepped in. A woman, tall, pale, expressionless. She didn't press any buttons, just stood there, facing forward, silent. The doors closed, the elevator started moving, but instead of going down, it went up. Lisa frowned. No one pressed, the woman spoke. Don't look at me. Lisa froze. Her reflection in the metal wall showed the woman slowly turning her head. Even though Lisa wasn't looking directly, she could see it. Smiling, too wide, too unnatural. Don't look at me, the woman repeated. The elevator stopped. The doors opened. It wasn't a floor Lisa recognized. The lights flickered. The hallway outside was wrong, too dark, too empty, too quiet. Get out, the woman said. Lisa didn't move. The doors began to close again. And just before they shut, the woman whispered, "You're not supposed to be here." The elevator suddenly dropped, fast, violently. Lights went out. When it stopped, Lisa was in the lobby, alone. No woman, no record of any other person entering the elevator. But later, when security checked the cameras, they only saw Lisa, standing alone, talking to nothing. **Story 6. Something came home with him. A man named Aaron loved exploring abandoned places. Old hospitals, empty houses, forgotten buildings. He filmed everything, posted it online. One night he explored an abandoned house deep in the countryside. It felt off. Even before entering, the air was heavy, silent, no insects, no wind, nothing. Inside, the house was untouched. Furniture still in place, pictures still hanging, like someone had just left. In the basement, he found something strange. A chair facing the wall and scratch marks, deep, violent, repeated. As if someone had tried to claw their way through. That's when he heard it. A knock behind him. He turned, nothing, but then another knock from inside the wall. He left immediately. Didn't finish the video, didn't go back. But that night at home, he heard the same sound. Knock, 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 coming from his bedroom wall. He moved out 2 days later. But wherever he went, the knocking followed, always at night, always 3 times, and always from inside the walls. **Story 7. The smile in the window. A teenage boy named Ryan started noticing something strange across the street. An old house, abandoned for years, no lights, no movement, nothing. But every night at exactly 2:00 a.m., he would wake up, for no reason, and feel watched. One night he looked out his window and saw it, a face, in the window of the abandoned house, smiling, wide. Unnaturally wide, he blinked. It didn't move, didn't react, just stared. The next night it was closer, not in the house, but outside, standing in the yard, still smiling, still staring. Ryan stopped sleeping, closed his curtains, ignored it, until one night he forgot. 2:00 a.m. He opened his eyes, and the face was right outside his window, pressed against the glass. Smiling wider than before, but this time it whispered something. He couldn't hear it, but he could read the lips. "You let me in." #headphone Story 8. The audio file in 2020, a small online forum dedicated to unexplained phenomena received a strange upload. No username, no description. Just a file titled, "Listen before it gets deleted." #. At first, people thought it was a prank, but curiosity took over. Someone downloaded it, played it, and immediately posted back, "Don't listen to this alone." Of course, that only made more people curious. The audio started normally, just static, low hum, then a voice, soft, barely audible. speaking in what sounded like broken sentences. But when someone enhanced the audio, they realized something terrifying. The voice wasn't speaking forward, it was reversed. When flipped, the message became clear. "Don't let it hear you." People started noticing something else. In the background of the recording, there were other sounds, breathing, multiple layers. Close, too close, like whoever recorded it wasn't alone. Then came the final discovery. At the very end of the file, for less than a second, there was a second voice, clear, direct. And it said, "You already played it." Within 24 hours, the file disappeared. The original post gone, and users who claimed to have downloaded it started reporting something strange. At night, they could hear faint audio playing from their devices, even when they were turned off. Person walking *story 9. The last bus home, a man named Victor worked late shifts and relied on the last bus to get home. Every night at 11:40 p.m. Same route, same driver, same empty seats. One night something was different. The bus arrived late, lights flickering, doors opening slowly. Victor stepped in, but the driver wasn't the usual one. He looked off, pale, eyes unfocused. But Victor didn't think much of it. He sat down. The bus started moving, but the route was wrong. They weren't stopping. No passengers, no traffic, just empty streets. Victor walked to the front. "Hey, you missed my stop." The driver didn't respond, didn't blink, didn't move. That's when Victor noticed something chilling. There were other passengers, sitting silently, perfectly still. He hadn't seen them before. One by one, they slowly turned their heads toward him, smiling. The same wide, unnatural smile. The bus stopped, doors opened. But outside was nothing familiar. Just darkness, endless. The driver finally spoke, flat, emotionless. "This is your stop." Victor ran, didn't look back, didn't stop running until he reached a gas station miles away. When police checked the bus route records, they found something impossible. The bus Victor described had been out of service for over 10 years after an accident with no survivors. *story 10. The reflection THATMOVED. A young woman named Clara lived alone in a small apartment. Everything was normal, until one night she noticed something subtle. Her reflection was delayed just for a second. She moved her hand, her reflection followed, but slightly slower. At first, she laughed it off, tired eyes, imagination, but it kept happening. Getting worse, longer delays, until one night it didn't match at all. She stood still, but her reflection tilted its head, smiling. Clara stumbled back, heart racing. The reflection didn't stop. Didn't mirror her, it moved on its own. Then it stepped closer from inside the mirror, pressing its hand against the glass, still smiling, still watching. Clara ran out of the apartment. Didn't take anything, didn't go back. Days later, she returned with a friend. The mirror was still there, normal still, until they checked the security camera footage. At 3:12 a.m., Clara could be seen standing in front of the mirror, completely still, for over an hour. And then slowly she smiled, wider than she ever had before. So now you've heard all 10 stories, but here's the part that most people don't realize. Some viewers have reported that after watching videos like this, they start noticing things. Small things at first, a sound, a reflection, a voice, and then something else, something watching, waiting, listening. If something feels off tonight, don't ignore it. If you made it to the end, comment, "I watched all 10, and if you felt something while watching, you're not alone." Just remember, some stories don't end when the video does.